Ladies and gentlemen, welcome out. Just wrapped up summer practice here at the Shoe in Dexter, and I've got head man here with me, Coach Kip Burdett. And Coach, big story in the community lately, and we want to start there. Former Raider, and always a Raider, really, Raider Jaden Todd. Tell our viewers if they've missed it, and I know it's been out there, but let's really praise Jaden in that story that's been out.
Yeah, I think the story goes they were down in fishing in the Homosassa River down there near Tampa, kind of sort of, I think, in Central Florida. And I think he happened upon somebody that had a cardiac arrest or something, was in the river. And I told somebody, I was like, they're lucky a big old dude like him came by. A 6'6", 300-pounder.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's strong enough and had enough leverage to pull him out of the water. But just to being a good Samaritan and doing what's the right thing when nobody's watching, that's pretty neat story. I texted him. My family went to the beach last week, and I was like, "You down there in Tallahassee? Why don't you ride on down there and help me watch the youngins while we down there?" So, but I know his mama's proud of him, and we're all proud of him too.
Yeah, we absolutely are. Of course, Jaden Todd down there, he's a Florida State Seminole, and we've been proud of him for what he's been doing down there. But just this story highlights the kind of kid he is and the kind of guys we're looking to raise up here as part of the Raider program. So, huge story there. Go check it out, and happy to talk about that with you, Coach. And let's turn towards summer practice today. Had a pretty good practice today. Heat. Not too bad, for the most part. Not 100 degrees.
Yeah.
How do we do today?
All in all, it's a good week. Kind of coming off this break, it's kind of tough getting back in the routine. Kids spend they spend a week on vacation and doing different sort of things, and it's just hard to go back to hard work after you've been off for a week. So just readjusting kind of to a schedule.
Yeah.
Coaching and me too. It's just hard getting back going after you've been at the beach for a week.
That's
so,
right.
But it's been a good week, and we don't expect every day to be perfect, but we do expect progress, and it's been a good week. And the heat has cranked up a little bit. It's been a little hotter this week than it was in June, so the humidity's been high. But fortunately, we get out of here before it's too bad.
That's right. And yeah, I've never heard a football coach say they had a perfect summer program. So whenever that happens, I don't know, I guess we'll just go undefeated all the way. And speaking of, Coach, coming off the greatest season in Raider history, I think fair to say. And how do you handle that? Because the expectations coming off a year like that, what is it like for you and this team after going 13-1 last season, going all the way to the Final Four? What does that do for this upcoming season?
Well, hopefully it'll kind of, it's like a springboard into like what you want to be year in and year out.
Absolutely.
So, I think this has been a good off season. I think we've been, as a coaching staff, trying to identify some pieces that we got to figure out. Graduated some really good kids.
Sure did.
Are really a stellar class, and we feel good about what we got coming back, but it's just a lot of unanswered questions.
Right.
And that's what we've been spending the summer trying to do, trying to build up kids in the off season, and just trying to develop a little bit and trying to figure out who can do what. It's been a little bit of a process this summer, but we're pleased with our progress, and trying to build on the things that we can do, and just repping, trying to get good at those things and build good habits and that sort of thing. But the expectation of winning is still there.
Yeah.
So we still expect to win, and I think our kids, they don't want to go backwards. They want to keep it moving forward.
I think I'm with you, Coach. It's going to serve as that springboard to where the guys, we see it, and most of these guys were a part of it, and we got to carry that on. We got to continue that. So let's get it done. Talk about filling those shoes, because we lost 20 key pieces.
20 seniors that contributed a lot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, not guys that have been really helping for
Right.
4 years. So, 2 leading rushers, your leading tackler, leading, passing, casing through for a bunch of touchdowns, and it was a really good leader and some good interior offensive linemen. But that's one of the things that some of these guys are hungry for their opportunity, because they've been watching these guys play for a few years, and some of them are into their junior and senior year, and they're finally getting their opportunity, and they're kind of taking the reins and running with it. So we're excited about that, but it's just like an unproven commodity. You just don't know what you got yet.
Right.
So we're looking forward to finding out.
Absolutely. The foundation has been laid by that previous class. And you talked about Kaysen, of course, you lose that gunslinger. Everybody's always curious about the quarterback position. What does that look like throughout our offseason program?
Well, Duggan Malone's taking a lot of reps there. Jace Williams is taking a lot of reps there. And then, of course, we'll have other guys that play there. And one of the things that we'll do is play a little bit by committee at the quarterback position. And, J.D. Hogan will take some direct snaps. I'm sure Jaden Stanley will take some along the way. But just a bunch of guys that can do a lot of things. You're better off if something happens.
Right. Yeah, absolutely love that. And coach, as the personnel changes, does your scheme change? What are we doing this year offensively? What are we going to do well on that side of the football?
Well, we're a gap scheme team. Like the bread and butter of what we do when those five guys do up front is not going to change. But you got to adapt the scheme to your personnel. So, we don't have a back, one back that can do as many different things, but we feel like a good number of backs that can do a few things. So just kind of getting them in position to have success, getting our quarterbacks in position to have success, and then trying to get the ball to our players and leaning on the veteran offensive linemen, which I think it'll be a strong point of our team as it progresses.
It is.
We got two big guys that got Division I offers that we're going to lean on those guys, and they're going to be a big part, a cornerstone of our identity up there. And we want to be a smash mouth team and run the football. So we're going to find ways to do that.
That's right. Jonathan Tony and Christian Rozier, Troy University for Rozier and Memphis for Tony. Looking for those guys to set tempo, and you got some other big linemen up there as well.
Yeah, some young guys, some unproven guys. Damian Palmer has been playing most of the reps at center, and Hudson Lee, they both kind of been – they're got swing guys. They can kind of play anywhere. Of course, Christian and Jonathan can both play other positions too, but just them big guys on the edges we kind of like. And then Braden Baldwin's a sophomore that's taking some reps on the inside. Malik Green and Josiah Spencer, a freshman's kind of been on the mix on both sides of the line of scrimmage. So we got high expectations for him. He's that Spencer family. They good folks, and we want to. We're going to lean on those guys.
Absolutely.
You got a good bloodline right there.
Yeah,
so.
That's right. Love to carry the legacy on. And offensively, skill-wise, what else are we looking at?
Well, you got two running backs that saw some time last year. Braylon Robinson saw some serious minutes, and then Caden Bloodsaw will be another one that reps right there. And in the slot, those guys will play in the backfield and out wide some. But our Z-back will be Trip Mascaro, Braden Baldwin, and some other guys. By committee a little bit, and then slots, Bryce McMiller, Jaden Stanley, J.D. Hogan, a lot of the same guys, Jamari Blash. Another F that'll work is Justin Blash. He's had a good summer at the F position. He's also going to play on the defensive side of the ball. And we're going to have to lean on some of those guys to play on both sides of the ball a little bit. But feel good about those guys. We just got to keep getting better on there. And then a couple of outside guys are good. Jeremy Brownlee was a returner out wide last year. Jabari Martin. We got Zeke Floyd back off of his hiatus, and he'll help us out a little bit hopefully, and some other guys that could from the defensive side of the ball or wherever else could help us out right there as well.
That's right. There's a lot of names we trust right there to come in and be able to do their role, do their job on the offensive side of the ball. And flipping defensively, you talked about some guys playing both ways. If I remember correctly, about 8 of 11 starters last year were seniors. Is that right? I mean, 8 of the 11 key guys.
Yeah, and that's about right. One, if you just work from the front back, defensive front wise, Max Chafin being the leader right there, I think he'll be rolling into his junior year, 2-year starter. He's got a lot of time under his belt, but just count on him. He's got to stay healthy, and he's kind of the bell cow up there. Marquavion Taylor has been playing nose this summer. He'll be a senior that's been waiting his turn. He'll have an opportunity to play right there. And then we're looking at a couple of different guys at the other spots. Braden Willis, Aiden Moore, Evan Ellis dealt with a little bit of injury up there this summer. Jacoby Tobler, some of those guys, and I'm probably missing somebody right there. But that's a good group that's a little bit green. Other than Max, we're gonna have to find out who can play and address that pretty quick. And then if you back up to the second level of the defense, you got Leroy Mack, who was our second leading tackler last year, coming back. So that if you're building a defense around a piece that get a 100+ tackler coming back, you feel good about him. And he had 100+ tackles that start every game last year. So he's throwing the shot put in the AAU track and field championships this week. So he's been out this week, and then but we're proud of him and all he's doing with that.
Definitely.
And that other linebacker spot, Knowledge Taylor, Trip Neesmith, a couple other guys rotating in there right there, Zach White. There'll be some other young guys that'll have a chance to play right there. And then outside linebacker, Nick Hester's had a really good summer. Justin Blash, Steve Odom, Trip Mascaro will play right there a little bit. Some of the other guys from the offensive side of the ball, Braylon Robinson, possibly Caden Bloodsaw. Just so you got a deeper group. It's a pretty athletic group.
Yes, sir.
And then the secondary is one. We got one I say one question mark, like big old question mark. We don't know.
Got to find.
You got to find
the
it,
guy.
and then feel pretty good about the other three
Yeah.
guys just based on what they did last year. Now, last year doesn't mean anything, but you feel good about the bodies that you got there. Jaden Stanley, has a 2-year starter, right there. This will be his 3rd year starting at corner. Really reliable type player. He's going to be where he's supposed to be, and he's going to compete at a high level. J.D. Hogan, who started for us at safety last year, he's got a lot of reps under his belt. Freshman year played a lot. Last year played a whole lot. Was our punter. He'll play on both sides of the ball. And then Jamari Blash, Jay Splash's little brother, who was all-time interception leader in West Lawrence history. So you got Jamari playing that other safety, and those guys can run around, and they're talented, but Jamari's still going to be trying to get the reps under his belt, trying to get
awesome.
And then we'll play musical chairs back there a little bit.
Sure.
Some of those guys will shuffle around, but we feel good about that. Feel good about those guys, and then that other corner position is kind of what we gotta find. Kingston O'Neill's played there a little bit this summer, but there's been some other guys, Kelsey Ashley, some other guys from the offensive side of the ball will play right there. Some two-way guys will play there if they need to, but it'll be just trying to find the right lineup for us as we move forward.
Yes, sir. And the names you've said here, a lot of the guys, they're part of the program. They've been part of the program. The Leroy Max, Nick Hester, J.D. Hogan, Max Chafin. And these strike me as guys that are going to lead us on the field as well as off. It sounds like we're going to have some great leadership on the defensive side.
Yep, and then a couple of those games we'll have for 2 more years, so you feel good about that. The reps they've gotten, and they're still pretty young, really, in the grand scheme of things. So, hopefully they will, and hopefully we'll keep everybody healthy and nobody get dinged up throughout the course of the year. But that always happens, and you end up, kind of going back to the drawing board a little bit.
We will. We'll adapt. Coach, we are not far from football now, less than 30 days until our first scrimmage. Let's go ahead and preview how long until we're under the lights here in Dexter.
Let's see, today's
the 9th?
Today's the 9th, so it's
July 9th.
less than a month. We are about 4 weeks away from Friday. So
huge.
We'll be scrimmaging Mary Persons right here in the shoe. So it'll be a little friendly, what do you call it in soccer? Friendlies.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
match,
friendly.
Yeah, something like that.
So we'll probably have that kind of, it'll be like some game situations, but we'll have it scripted more like an OTA.
Yeah.
It may not be like a real game, but, those guys, I'm kin to some of them. I'm really good friends with some of them. But we're going to do that, just try to get each other better. All of us want to get to the season healthy.
That's right.
And then we're going to Putnam the following week, and then we'll be right here in the shoe playing Bleckley County the week after that. So that'll be August 21st.
Huge. Let's do it. And so only one week of summer left.
1 week of summer workouts, like voluntary workouts, and then we'll start acclimation.
We're rolling.
July 20th.
Okay.
So the 20th through the 24th, is acclimation.
We'll have the pads on soon. Coach, we're excited. The community's excited. We need the fans to fill it up as we did throughout the year last year. So y'all come on out August 7th. We're lighting it up. We're under the lights here. Mary Persons, come on out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Coach Kip Burdett. We're going to talk to a couple of guys here, a couple of Raiders. Y'all stay with us.
Premier Heating and Air is offering a special deal during July. $69 service call with first pound of Freon free. Have you heard about the Premier Heating and Air Club membership? Only $99 and get huge savings all year long. 20% off repairs, priority booking, annual cleaning and inspection. Get Premier Heating and Air's club membership today. Comfort, savings, and peace of mind. Call 478-300-2633 or log on to premiershere.com. Certain restrictions may apply. Cannot be combined with other offer. Offer expires 7/31/26.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We've got wide receiver senior here, Mr. Jeremy Brownlee. Jeremy, how you doing, son?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, brother. So tell me about practice today.
Well, practice started off kind of rough, you know what I'm saying? It's hot outside. It's a rough atmosphere to practice in, but sometimes you just got to work through it. It's a mental thing, And at the end, everything was good. We got us some good conditioning at the end, some good running. And, we here to work.
That's right. Yeah, I love that, man. So talk about how important is summer for a team. How important is summer for this team specifically? And you guys are putting in a lot of new things. How important has this summer been for you guys?
Well, summer is going to be very important for us because, we're coming off of a 10 and 0 regular season.
Go ahead and say it. We'll say it.
And then 14-1 in the playoffs.
Right.
So, we're gonna have to work hard. We got big shoes to fill.
That's right.
So the summer gonna play a real big part, and we're trying to get back and go ahead and get to the championship.
That's right. Yeah, I hear you. Would you feel pressure, or what kind of feeling is it as you think about last season?
Well, of course, it's gonna be a lot of pressure. Oh, it's gonna be a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
Everybody has
not a bad thing.
high expectations for us, but you know, we different. We're a different team, different people, new people, different positions. So we're just gonna work as hard as we can. We're just gonna try to get back up to the top.
Yes, sir. I like that. And you, as we mentioned, a rising senior, Jeremy. And I mean, there's always a role of leadership that comes with being a senior. Talk about how you've handled that role so far.
Leadership role. We got some freshmen. They're not used to real. They're not really used to getting coached and being told by people basically around their age what to do. So it's kind of hard, but like at the same time, once you do it over and over again, they start to listen. They start to see what you're doing. They try to do what you do. So it's progressive.
Yeah, lead by example.
Lead by example.
Yes, sir. I like that. So as a receiver, let's talk about you specifically, man. As a receiver, what have you been working on this offseason as we gear up, get revved up, ready to go here?
As a receiver, got to get these hands.
I like
right.
that.
Got to get these hands.
Yes, sir.
Right. Feet work plays a good role. Speed, a lot of that. So I'm just gonna be the best player I could be for my team, and we're just gonna do it the right way.
Yeah. What is a successful season for Jeremy Brownlee this year? We wrap it up. What's a successful season for you?
A successful season for me, getting that end zone.
Yes,
I
sir.
need the receptions, touchdowns, and I just really want to get myself out there.
I like that. I like that. Yes, sir. All right. And as we look forward, we're close to ball. We're less than a month away. What's the expectations for the season this year, Jeremy?
We got a lot of energy. We bring a
let's
lot
do
of
it.
energy. It's really that energy.
Yeah,
like,
let's
we
do
just
the
got
energy
we
up.
just got a lot of energy. We're bringing it. We're ready to play. We just ready to get whoever is in our way out of our way.
I like that. Let's do it. Let's do it the Raider way. Ladies and gentlemen, senior receiver Jeremy Brownlee. Thank you, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got senior defensive back Janelle Browder. Yes, sir. Janelle, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. How about you?
Man, I'm fantastic. It was a good day of practice today. I feel like we got a lot done.
Got around, move around with energy, get to the ball, dominated today. Feel like we ended the day with a good practice.
We did. I agree. And now last year, Janelle, you were primarily a receiver in that slot. And now this year, we're flipping over. We're going to play that defensive back.
side.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Talk about it. How do you feel about that, first of all? And then how's that been? How's that transition been?
I feel like it's not that bad, but knowing me that this is my first time coming back to the defense side of the ball, it's just a bit shoe to feel knowing that I didn't play it last year. I was a primary offense guy, so I got to step up, meet the expectations that the last team put down, so got to set the standard to that standard again to raise it.
Yes, sir. I love that. And then clearly the coaches have a little confidence in you,
Yes, sir.
putting you over there, filling some of those shoes, filling that hole. That's awesome. And let's talk about defensively as a whole. How have you guys been performing this summer?
Man, we've been feeling good. We've been practicing with energy, like everybody doing their right things, and then like everybody just getting to the ball, doing what the coach telling them to do. No mental buses for real, just doing what everybody coached to do. That's how we move as one unit.
Yes, sir. I love that. And I just asked Jeremy, as a senior, you take a role of leadership. All seniors do.
Yes, sir.
How have you handled that?
Well, me, I like to be vocal because I'm known to be a vocal, loud person.
that.
So I like to lead by example because, like the defense coach say, Coach Murphy, he say player-led teams are championship teams. So we gotta not be led by the players and not by the coaches. So players got to step up, be leaders, and not by the coaches.
Yeah, and what does that look like practically, day in, day out? How do you lead as a player?
So basically, all I do is just lead by example, show the young folks how to do it, and then show them, tell them what to do and what they doing wrong, and then when I got to step in, do the right thing, make sure I'm doing it correctly so that they can fall behind me.
Yeah, Janelle, you seem like a guy who plays with a little swagger out there, a little confidence.
Yeah,
We're going to see that on the field
Yes,
this
sir.
fall?
You know that.
I like that, man, and we're not far away. So what's your overall feeling right now for this upcoming season?
Well, my feeling, knowing that we got a target on our back because we just came
That's
off
right.
a 10-0 regular season and then a 13-1 postseason, knowing that a lot of people going to want to come get us.
No
so
doubt.
we got to play like we just know, like we just got to play like how we played. Got to set the standard from last year. Just play with some swag, play with confidence, and just dominate whoever in front of us.
That's right. Own that target on our back. Yeah. It's a blue and white, son. Y'all come on.
Everybody wanna kill
Yeah,
us.
y'all
gotta
come on.
come get it.
Gotta
But we
come
ain't
on.
giving it up.
Yes, sir. Got to come on, man. Oh, dude, that's awesome. And now to the fans, we need them to fill it out. We need y'all to come out. We really do.
Blake game needed packed.
So Blakely is home opener, right?
Yes, sir.
Blakely's going to be the home
Step
opener
on.
20. You got that on your head?
I don't got it on my
All right.
head.
That's all right, but we know.
We know
it's coming.
but yeah, we know he coming. Got some form, know that.
Yeah, Blakely's going to be a tough one, too. Always are. So let's fill it out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is senior defensive back Janelle. Janelle, anything else, man, for our viewers here?
That's it. Just know that anybody that's stepping our way, stepping on them. That's
Let's do
all
it.
that is.
Let's get it done. That's the Raider way.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Hi, I'm Greg at Shamrock Honda Kawasaki. Riding season's in full swing, and we've got just what you need here if you're looking for a cruiser, the Honda 1300 Fury. Come see us at Shamrock Honda Kawasaki, 106 Savannah Avenue, 478-272-4563, and get yourself a great deal.